Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man. A long time no see. Been super busy, but working on machines that I've just worked on so many times that I was waiting to get something new and different and unique and odd. And man, did I find it today. You know, the last couple of weeks have just been hot, plus lots of machines and just everything we've seen. Just the clones of the clones of the clones. You know, the electronics, the Husqvarna's, the Genomis, all this the same stuff over and over again. But this one is different. What this is a deluxe, because it says right there, deluxe super zigzag TuffSew. Now this is very close to what you'd see out there. The Datho Manufacturing Company started out in Lubbock making the Mini Walker, and the SAILRITE is the one you'll see nowadays. Like this, SAILRITE is 10 times better than this one in my estimation. This one is a version that someone has made. I don't know the history of it, so I'm just guessing. I'm just throwing it out there. But it had this thing. This young lady, who is a very nice young lady, she is a nurse, and she's an ex-Marine and very impressive young lady. She's a traveling nurse, and when she travels, she'd like to have a machine like this. She has a full-size industrial at her home, but she'd like to take this with her. Portable, yes, but still weighs 50 pounds. You know, it's cast iron, and it's got all the components that are all there. It just had everything in the world out of adjustment with it. Every adjustment on here that could be out was out. I don't know if somebody got a hold of it with a screwdriver and was trying to cure something and was just going in the wrong areas, but it had a lot of issues. So the zigzag pendulum timing up in the top, the pinion gear that's on the main shaft up there, it has set screws on either side that you rotate around to make the needle bar rotate, or pendulum times. Actually, it'll swing up and over. It has to go in an arc. It can't jerk over down like an X. It has to pendulum time like that, and that's what it's doing now. But I guarantee you it wasn't doing that when it came in, because it was, what we say in the business, jacked up. Now the walking foot wasn't walking. That's because all the adjustments in the back for the height and the timing, and that was all out. The tension was fine. It was on 4, so 69 nylon works like a charm in there. It's kind of an oddball because it uses a 15 class bobbin, which, you know, all those do. They've taken a side load, heavy duty 15 class machine that's all brass and cast iron and steel, and they've retrofitted it with a very powerful motor on the back and a pulley system that gears it down, and it's got this great big handle on the side. You see this great big old handle that you grab to crank it around. If you're trying to get through a lot of layers and it doesn't want to go, you can crank that big handle around. The clutch doesn't release, so you have to wind a bobbin while it's in operation, or you can get pre-wound bobbins. You can get the pre-wound L bobbins, and they'll fit right in here if you peel the paper off the side, so you can use those. But this one, the needle bar setting was off. Instead of middle was left, and left was hitting, so there's an adjustment in there for that. So we got that set now. So when the needle is at its highest and on 0, you can go right needle position, center position, left position. So now in the middle, it's in the middle, which is where you want it to be, and on right, it's on right. So it's got 3 needle position, it's got a zigzag. Here's your stitch length in reverse. This thing is not real smooth. It's hard to move, but it can move. So we're sewing on leather here. We got a couple layers of leather, because that's what this thing's for. Sewing on leather. Got a leather needle in it, 135x16. A 135x17 is just a regular garment, heavy duty, canvas, stuff like that. 135x16, it's got your pierce point. It's got your pierce point on it for like sewing on grain, cowhide, things like that. But it's making a nice little stitch. I'm very impressed with that. Wish I had a sneeze button. I guess disc jockeys have cough buttons. I would need a sneeze button. But it's making a nice stitch. It wasn't walking before. It wasn't making a stitch. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But the needle bar height was off. That's setting the timing. The hook timing was good. the feed dogs were real low. I had to bring those up. That's an adjustment right over here in the leading edge underneath on the main driver. So all in all, it's together. It's sewing like it's supposed to. The feed dogs are feeding. The walking foot is walking. You know, a walking foot is what this machine is, a real walking foot, where you actually have the foot actually walks, you know. It goes down, the other foot comes up, goes forward, and it grabs it, and next thing you know, you're walking away. Per stitch length on its longest, get a nice long top stitch here. And it's not a high-speed machine, it is a low-speed machine. It doesn't get up and go. And there's the length of stitch it makes. Not a bad stitch, but that's the most length I could get out of it. It's not a SAILRITE, and you'll probably have to get, I don't know if they sell these new or not. She said she got it used from a couple owners, and everybody had taken turns with their screwdriver set working on it. But now it's working. She's going to be able to do some ziggity-zagging on it, do some sewing when she's out there on the road doing the nursing thing. It's ready to go, and it's a TuffSew. I don't know who made it. I don't know where it came from. I suspect its origins, all the parts are in China because they're kind of rough. I had to replace a lot of set screws because they were too long. They'd go into the bushing and stop, and then it just stripped it out. So a lot of work. But now it's presentable, and it's working, doing what it's supposed to do. And you've never seen one before, because I've never seen one before. So if you got one out there, I don't know where you got it, but put in the comments. Let me know what's going on. It's the TuffSew. And it's reminiscent of a Thompson Mini Walker or SAILRITE. Thanks.